Welcome to Great Overload. I'm Anthony, and there's been a lot of talk lately about ransomware and how it's affecting a lot of computers. I want to go through a little bit today about backup and what should be done. Let's dive in. Backing up to me is one of the most important things you do on a computer, on your phone, and everything else. And how I look up at backup is that, let's say all my computers and devices were completely wiped. I could get them all back if I had the OS and install the OSs on all the devices, and I could be up and running within a reasonable time with all my data that I was using on those same machines without having to try to, without losing any. So, and trying to find, oh, did I really need that? It's just all there. That's my thought on backing up, is that it has instant or very reasonable time access to all my data. And we have everything from phones, tablets, everything that is important to be backed up. Computers, as sitting right behind me. And the reason why I'm going to start out with phones is because we probably store, and a lot of people do, is most of the information they store is probably on their phone. And that can be scary a lot of times, because what happens, let's say, worst case scenario, somebody runs over your phone and breaks it, shatters, it's gone. Now you can't get any of the information. You just lost all those photos, just lost all those documents that you may have on there, just lost confidential material that you might have stored on your phone, and that it is required that you do something about. Now you don't have it. And what I do with my phones and all the phones I set up is I actually use OneDrive, and that syncs up to the cloud. Now, I encourage you to use something like that for your photos especially, and everything else, so like OneDrive, Amazon's Drive, Google's Drive, iCloud, Box, Dropbox, something like that, to go and back up all your data off of your devices. Now, I use OneDrive on all my computers as well, and they push all the data up, and then I do the next step, which is what I really think is the best part of backing up, and that is your second factor. So kind of like two-factor authentication, but with data. So you go to security of a website, and you have to go use your phone to click on it. Yes, this is actually me trying to log in. That's the same sort of thing, I think. And what I would do, if let's say you're tight on a budget, I would go buy a hard drive, a USB hard drive of some sort, plug it in, put all your data on there. So like for me and my wife, it would be me and my wife's OneDrive and some other files that I store on that media center computer, all into a hard drive. I throw it in a safe. It's done. That would be something that I would do, and that way I'd have the cold storage, and I'd probably update it once a month. That's what I have done in the past. And I still do it every once in a while, but it's not as far. I have other backup scenarios that are also basically securities of mine. So I have a few safety nets, you could say. And then the next step is let's say you can spend a little bit more money and that you can go on a recurring, backup solution. I would encourage people to go through and get like a Crash Plan or a Carbonite or something like those services as well. I use Crash Plan right now. I'm very interested in Carbonite, and I know there's a couple others out there that leave in the comments below because I really want to check them out. I do plan on doing a review of these over the next couple months on which one I recommend. I've had great success right now with Crash Plan. I do want to say that their service has been very nice to me overall, and they did fix a lot of my issues that I've been having. But the reason why I use, or I say Carbonite, I meant Crash Plan. Crash Plan has been very good to me. The reason why I use Crash Plan is that it'll take the data, I point to all the folders, not the OS, but all the folders that have my data in it, and they get pushed up online encrypted. I have it all encrypted with a password. That's just me. But I have it up in the cloud someplace, so I can go get this data at any point in time that I need it. The really nice thing about Crash Plan and Carbonite and backup services like this is that they keep file changes for each file. So you should be able to go back in time. Let's say somebody goes in with a ransomware, goes and encrypts all your files, and done. Now you can actually go back in time and grab those files that you need from CrashPlan at a different day, maybe the day before. And I believe that CrashPlan does it every single day if I have it set up the way I have it set up. So you can do all sorts of items like that that make this a very valuable thing for the price per year. And with 2 to 3 terabytes in my current backups solution, that's important to me that this is all pushed up. Now, it took a little time to push it all up on my internet connection. It's not the fastest here that I have on the upload speed, but it was well worth it. Another thing that I would like to do that I'm not there yet is to actually have my disk station, or have a disk station, I should say. I don't have one yet, but have a disk station here that has 4 disks with a 1 disk redundancy with all the data on it. And I think that that would be great to have one disk, or have a disk station with a 1 disk redundancy with all my data on it here locally as well. Of course, I think that my data backup solution would evolve by that point again, but I think that's a next incremental step as well. So I just wanted to, hopefully you guys can leave some comments, and I know that this is a very important subject to many, many people now. I really hope that you take the time to look at your backup solution. Leave comments below if you have questions. I really, 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 really want to help you out with this and help out. And it's been great going through this, and I hope that you have more to put into this as well, and have some questions and have some solutions that I may not have. And I'm really excited to take a look at this down the road as well, to make sure that our data is secure and safe in the future, so that we don't lose it because we didn't back up properly. So I want to thank you for stopping by Gray Overload and taking the time to watch this video. Thanks for watching Gray Overload. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Gray Overload.